Episode 22, The Winter That Never Came. Winter, 1994. Winter settles over Estonia, but not in the way anyone expected. The snow comes late. The ground refuses to freeze. And in Tässi, the season moves strangely forward, as if spring has already begun waiting beneath the surface. For Peter, the changes are impossible to ignore. The new truck transforms daily life on the farm. Deliveries move faster, larger loads become possible, and for the first time, transport no longer feels like a constant limitation. At the same time, the firewood and charcoal storage yards begin to empty almost as quickly as they are filled. The demand remains relentless. And with the unusually mild winter leaving the soil unfrozen, fertilizer spreading begins already in February. Something neither Peter nor Walteri can remember happening this early before. Across the village, the changes continue. Fazer Eesti AS expands its land holdings around the factory site, securing nearby fields for future grain production. For the farmers of Tässi, the extra work is welcomed. The factory itself begins test operations. Smoke rises from chimneys that did not exist only months earlier. And for the Ilves brothers, reality becomes clear. They sell the remainder of their wheat stocks directly to the factory at a strong price. Finally understanding that competing with a major industrial producer in flour production is no longer realistic. The future lies elsewhere. At the Kingsepp farm, another cycle quietly closes. The oldest Highland cattle are sent to slaughter, while younger animals arrive to replace them. Necessary decisions. Practical decisions. Still, not easy ones. Peter begins considering expansion once again. More animals, larger production, greater responsibility. But one problem becomes increasingly obvious. The current feed mixing system is no longer enough. The farm needs more feed, prepared faster and in greater volume than before. Meanwhile, at the Tam property, another dream takes shape. Newer Tam opens a small woodworking workshop beside his sawmill, finally turning years of ideas into reality. Peter is genuinely happy for his friend. Elsewhere, the Tams continue pushing forward. A brand new New Holland tractor arrives for testing and demonstration, the newest technology many in Tässi have ever seen. And alongside the machinery, the Tams expand their own fields as demand for grain continues to grow around the new factory. By early March, the season changes completely. Fieldwork begins. Engines return to the fields. The first spring sowing preparations begin earlier than anyone expected. And as they watch the soft soil beneath grey skies, Peter and Walteri cannot avoid the same thought. Something is changing, not just in Estonia, but in the seasons themselves. Wednesday, March 2nd, 1994. Spring begins early in Tässi.
Hello, wonderful farming people, and welcome back to Vintage Survival Estonia, and we are on episode 22, and obviously Farming Simulator 25. So, we are at March 2nd. I told you last episode that we will be on April, but yeah, it seems that spring has come 1 month earlier. Bees are already waken up. They are busy at work. We have already been fertilizing the fields in February actually, which is pretty strange. And the temperature is 16. So yeah, quite a lot of investments have been going on. The greenhouses and orchards are done. 500,000 is now on the account. And also a little bit of upgrades needs to be done. And also in the area, there's quite a lot of changes going on, which is pretty awesome and good for the community. And there it is. Look at that. The Tams got the demo of the I don't know what was it, 80 something series. New Holland, this is brand new, 8970. Quite a lot of horsepower. As you can see, Fazer has bought land here, this field, that field, and they are making here on this land. They also purchased this land, so they are making field over here, quite a big one. But that is only a good thing because they are paying quite a nice amount of hours as farmers working on the fields. So that's like 3,000 kroons per hour. But we have to provide fuel and the gear. And obviously Tams have advantage on that point because they have a lot of different gear. But that is really good. And yeah, we get to work on this land also here. So that is awesome. We're gonna go now sell this milk, and I already moved the money for it, so that's needs to be going there now. So I sold the milk already one load. This is like 3,725 I think we're gonna get from there. The pop. And firewood is going slow now because warm weather, so I only sold about 30,000 during these winter months. So we are starting to fill up our new warehouses of firewood and charcoal. And actually charcoal I sold about around 29,689. Yeah, that also needs to be obviously, yeah, it's going now. Obviously needs to be filling up. We get from the storage 100 pallets of charcoal also. Yeah, that is a good thing. And as you saw on the intro, I have made quite a hefty investments. Now let's jump to the Times farm and start that sucker. Yeah, we're gonna start. So Noah is doing his lumber things, and this is carpenter he has now, so this is filling up. So that's pretty slow, but it's a small workshop. So where's the here? So we need to activate. No, it was activated. Okay. So it was running empty. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, the Valmet Mechanic, which I sold you earlier. I couldn't resist. I had to have it, so it's on the farm, and it's really, really nice. Really, really nice. Just pretty brand new and pretty latest model. I think it's a year old. That is a huge advantage now on the farm, but we could Now that the orchards and things are done, so we could use a smaller oh, no, we need to go to the was going to leave this guy. Well, I'll get separately those because we have an animal trailer there, bigger one, and also a new planter because we need to start planting the sunflowers. And actually, as if you see on the map, the Ilves brothers are already on the fields. So on the map app update, I think the our calendar has changed because if you can see here, sunflower is already can be planted. I'm pretty sure it wasn't in March, maybe. Yeah, it somehow seems a little strange, but I don't know. Maybe it's changed. But anyway, sunflowers and oats are ready to go, so we need to get that Maggie's field, that field 20 over there on the map. We need to get that, put sunflowers in. And actually one thing was, which gave me a little bit over 100,000. I built a road to the Maggie's land. On the upper side, I used the road kit, and it makes the AI also use the road. So that is a quite nice mod. And so I make a little more space on the. We can actually fly a little bit, and I will show you. So it's easier. I'm not sure I'm gonna use it. No, but as you can see here, yeah, orchards and greenhouses are done, and it took this investment or expansion. It took like 650,000, so quite a lot of cash, but it's better to put it here now because that the peat area is so far away still. So I'm hoping this will make quite a lot of revenue for us. So we have a dedicated greenhouses for a couple of vegetables, 3 of them, and then we have apple trees here. I think apricots, plums, and what was the pears on the orchards. Yeah. So and as you see here, the bees are working already, and we need to start those greenhouses also. They can go in from the open windows, so we need to get those guys going so they get a lot of feed and making things blossom. I can't remember what the right term right now was. And then the normal vegetables, we got this couple of huge greenhouses. I'm just hoping that we have enough space to get those pallets in here, but hopefully we do. And then we got here a little processing unit. Yeah, that's we're gonna do some ready products out of that, and then we have actually here we have a kind of a coolant storage, and here we have a freezing storage. So this is just deep freezing those some of our products which can be frozen, so they will go there, and we can sell it them probably when the price is a little bit better. And this is removable, so it really is, and we can get another one somewhere if we need to, but I don't think we need to. So obviously vegetables will be moved on here to the coolant thing, so this is kind of a refrigerator, so they keep fresh. Not it's like a Celsius like 6 or 8 degrees, so they will keep fresh. And then I think on the next month we need to get the our roadside sell point going, maybe expand it a little bit, and then we got a decent quite a. Oh no, we don't have. Oh, did I put it somewhere? I thought I put the our water pump. well, it's not delivered or built. We need to get that sorted out so we can get, yeah. And the apple juice production still here. Yeah, the road. So it's here. So this kind of a needed to do this kind of a, because the map is a little bit strange angle, so a couple of turns here. She gains, drop the speed down, you know. Yeah, but this works really well. So we don't have to go all the way down to the main road if we're getting wool from here. It saves quite a bit of time. And what else? Well, there you can see the truck, and actually, Tams have quite a bit of trucks there already. They have one animal. They have been those same man trucks. They've been purchasing somewhere used of them, and there's another one. Oh, I think Ilvas will get that at some point, and yeah, the animal transport truck also, but we don't need it right now. We're gonna just take one trailer is bought for us from there, so that is good thing. And yeah, we're gonna get a little bit more bigger planter. The old planter is now at Ilves farm for them to use this season. Just do that the rest of their fields, which means that sunflower planting what they are doing actually now. So I think we're gonna get I think we're gonna get the mega. I'll show you. That is pretty awesome. Awesome piece of kit. Look at this. Wow. And it has been doing a lot of work already. You know, getting fertilizing those fields. We spread slurry and manure on the field, so this has been, yeah, wow, air conditioning and everything. And we get a little bit of tunes here. We can listen a little bit of 90s dance music. You know, 138 beats per minute. Yeah, so let's get yeah, I will try, but I don't know will I need to keep you here at this point because it's just driving, and I need to get Arvo working the planting the sunflowers, him going also there. Oh my God, but we don't need that old trailer. We're gonna take that with us and sell it away. And probably would take 18 more cows because, yeah, and also I sold the oldest Highland cows. Let's take a look quick here. So they are sold, and yeah, and actually these guys could go also to the summer pasture. So I think we're gonna get these cows out. Yeah, the price of these oldest ones are going down. They have just given birth, so I think this guy is waiting for birth there. Yeah, so I bought a little bit more of these teenagers. Sold 5 of these and got 5 more. So I think we're gonna step up with these cows now. And this barn is just, I'm consuming out let them eat the hay away, and then we're gonna feed TMR for these guys. So yeah, we're gonna get these oldest ones and sell them away and get 18. We can fit 18 on the new trailer. So we can get those 18 months old. Yeah, so I sold out these guys, and I think will see you when we get when we at the store, maybe. Yeah, let's take these kind of shorter clips. Actual farming going on. I think that reversed there. Yeah. So let's take these 5. These are not pregnant at all, and they can go. All right, and 4 months, 3 months, and these can be sold then. After 32 months, the cows are starting to lose value, so yeah, I could maybe sell these also now because they are at the maximum and the reproduction is only 10%. But we haven't got any space on the trailer. We'll see. Maybe I will do it again. But I will see you a little bit later to get this thing sorted out and start to go in the field. Okie dokie. Arvo is there going with Mega and our new planter and front tank. So we needed to switch the tractors because yeah, this guy doesn't have the 3-point front bracket. So yeah, that's okay, and this is really forward heavy, you know. I don't know why it hooks up down there, but yeah, it does. 18 cows coming in, and this makes life a little bit easier. Get a little bit more of these guys moved. Move. That was an accident, by the way. Yeah, so it is promising rain at 7 o'clock, so I am just hoping that we could get that planting done, so that would be really optimal to get some water after the seed have put on the ground. If it's not too late, we can roll it before the rain, but it can be done tomorrow also. No worries about that. Yeah, and yeah, now we have 1,400 liters of seed capacity on that new planter. So that is a really good thing. That Rau is a new brand that farms have purchased or able to get. So basically there's a couple of other used ones for the Ilves brothers, and actually I had an interesting discussion with Thomas Ilves because yeah, they have decided actually to give up on the grain mill, so flour production, because they can't compete with the Fazer, so they are just focusing on grain production for the Fazer mill and oil production. So they're gonna start their own oil production. So that is the little bit modern one. So that is nice to hear. And they are now putting quite a lot of sunflower and canola on the ground. But that's you know, that's how it's supposed to be done. You know, concentrate on the things you know how to do. That is pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty awesome mod, black sheep modding. I like the ramp thing on this. It's really real, and also you can take out a little ventilation for the animals there. Oh, open here. Come on. So, and Let's look at. Yeah, it's pretty cool. How does it go here? Maybe it will take the trigger, or we can go by ourselves there. Move these guys. 18, yeah. Up. 18. Move to husbandry. All right. We got nice amount. 48 cows out of 70. So I think we will move these guys next month. Oh, there should be a baby also. You can stay there. It has a collision. That's pretty. Okay. Yeah, probably need to have a little bit different kind of tractor pulling this trailer. We'll see. Yeah, you can stay there for now. So, and he is already there. Let's put him to work. Alright, so yeah, we got a kind of a... Yeah, I recommend this road kit mod. It's really good. I have been using it a lot, and obviously because of the workers understands it, you can guide them a little bit, so that is pretty good thing, especially on console, because now driving mods, script mods a lot. So okay, let's hook him up. Yeah, we got nice amount of width with this guy, and also the pipe works it with the tank. And pretty awesome. So, oh jeez, I need to cultivate. God damn. So I think there is a little change of plan. I think this won't go. Let's see, let's try it. Yeah. Okay. I will get the cultivator and this can stay here. I think we need to, yeah, we need to jump to the next day, and maybe we still have time to cultivate this before the rain. And also we need to get a new sprayer and start spraying this field, so they will be ready for harvest. And before the on this month before the peat thing, so because yeah, that probably takes a little bit more time. But I'll get the cultivation going here, and I will see you tomorrow, and we'll probably get this guy going and get those greenhouses and orchards started. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm back at the store, and we are on the next day, March 3rd, and we have an issue, a serious one. So I have been struggling with this couple of days in real life now, and I have isolated the issue with this mod, this black sheep moddings livestock transporter, and the issue is I don't even know where I'm at. What did I record last time? So I have been using a lot of hours on solving this and isolating this problem. So it is this trailer. So I have sold this from Time Family, and if I buy it now to the Kingsepp farm, to the other farm, the game does not save a game anymore at all. So it just freezes to the saving game. And I have deleted from our, this was the things that was changed. I have deleted the storages here. I will put them back at some point. And yeah, So I think I'm just going to buy for the Kingsepp family the new trailers. So we're gonna sell these. We are now at the Tam farm, I think. Yeah. So we're gonna buy these as new ones, and because the selling it, I think it has to do something about changing the farm ID or something like that, possibly. So I have to remember on this save that I need to just take used ones, no, new ones, and don't recycle these like used equipment, because that's how I've been playing, And Toms make money on that way also, so they just, if they sell something, they just gonna paint and repair it and get more cash. So we're gonna just, we're gonna repaint. We are now at the Tam family, so just do this. Yeah, and I will probably between episodes I will test it out more and just what was I saying? Let's take test now. Does it save? Yes, it does. So that if it stops, it saves. So yeah, that's pretty annoying. I wasted a lot of time. And I'm falling back on the episodes now, so I don't know what. There's always something, but obviously you have to respect the modders, and if you find the bug, I did a bug report on the Discord to them, but obviously they can't test every platform and every multiplayer and things like that. So that this kind of a problem, I don't know, is probably pretty rare, but it did freeze the game. So for now, let's just try again here, and we're gonna buy ourselves, because we're gonna need to plant those sunflowers. So we are going to buy the raw biggest unicorn planter. Where is it? Planters here. So this is pretty cheap and really awesome, and you can get the tank. We're gonna buy it new. So the money is, I don't know, I haven't taken a look at the money, because I need to settle the accounts, but I sold the obviously the storages a couple of times, and yeah. So we're gonna take that with the pipe, because we are going to buy that front tank also. Get that one, and the Ilves brothers actually finished the sunflower harvest, and this is sold now, this planter. So and we're gonna get this raw. Oh, do we need the front wet? Yeah, why the hell? Why not? Yeah, we're gonna buy this guy. Not too bad price. Pretty wide, and we got now nice capacity. I think it's enough. Yeah, what was it? 1410 liters. So then we need cheese. Let's look at these guys. These are pretty nice. These guys these are Polish brand, I think, and let's sunflower. It doesn't make any difference, but it's just for show, 1,000, and then we're gonna get 400 of those. Do we have? Yeah, we have here 400. 250, and no, 3 of these. Yeah, that's 3 250. Yeah, 1400. I think so. If did I calculate it correctly? I don't know. But anyway, our great Mega 8800. Yeah, this is just the best thing ever. Yeah, we're gonna get this guy to the front. Can we squeeze from there? Yes, we can. I love this tractor. This is, I would like the 6400 series also. But I think it didn't. It wasn't yet made. It was next year. I think so. I need to double check that. But I remember it was 95 that it came to the production, and this was something like 93 or 4. Yeah, it was brand new. It was 93, I think so. Can we get this? No. Yeah, hopefully it was. I calculated correctly. Oh my god. Did it go? No. Yes, I did. Okay, great. 10. We got 10 liters of capacity more. So, yeah. What then next? Next thing is, I'll see you at the field, and then we need to buy a new sprayer, and on that I already. Let's take a look again. Let's save. I just need to check this. Yes, fantastic. Yeah, so I will see you at the field. Let's put this to work, and then we're gonna buy a sprayer setup, which is gonna be again raw stuff and really cool. Okay, we are here, and this road really works well. That those workers are using this. Yeah, depending where you're gonna set them to go. And cultivating, that went in time before the rain. That was awesome. But if you see any differences, by the way, on the recordings that I've made, so there can possibly be, because I can't remember how did I play before the glitch. So, but this is really awesome. Look at that guy, really wide and nice capacity, and the pipe thing works really nice. Makes kind of these kind of brackets there, and really cool mod. I like it. All right, so yeah, you can basically go there. Let's see. Oh, what the hell? Wrong season. Oh, no. Oh my god, thank you game. Sunflowers, yes. Now we gotta put right character, so this is how I'm doing. I want to keep it real, so I do want to always put, yeah, my workers. This is Arla and the other one is Tom. So he's going there, and then we will jump to the store and we will get that. Yeah, that one goes pretty awesome. And then I am by the way going to buy that little wider roller also. So yeah, see, he can start there. Oh my god, now my network, the internet is bugging. All sorts of issues, all sorts of. So let's jump just now here. I am just a little bit stressed out. I need to get this episode done and stop recording and get to editing. I'm falling behind. Otherwise won't release in time. So this guy, I'm gonna buy this one after this purchase. But now we are going to, I was looking for a cheap tractor because there was a couple of requirements that I needed. So front attacher and what was the other one? Narrow wheels. Yeah, so that was pretty difficult to get because these Seators don't have that option. And this guy, this doesn't have the front bracket. So and this one, it was really difficult. But we got this guy. Actually, they stopped making this in '91. So this is pretty good. Suits for the series also really well. So, and also we can at some point expand it to forestry or get that. No, this didn't have the lift thing on the back. But we're gonna go just over 700, and then we're gonna go Continental and Narrows. Yeah, those. And 3-point color can be that no plate because we are not in EU. So 36k, not bad. So this we're gonna buy. But then we also at some point need a really narrow tractor to the orchard. And then we're gonna get the sprayer. We don't have to anymore borrow from the Ilves Brothers sprayer. So yeah, here these ones. So yeah, and when this is coming some year, I have to check when the manufacturing years were. But this one, yeah, we're gonna get this guy, really big tank, and awesome, and well, big if you want it. Fenders, yeah, we're gonna take the fenders and lights, and no plate. And this is really cheap also, you know, realistic price 5, 6, 50, really awesome. Buy that one, and then we are going to buy this guy to the front, a little bit more capacity, and then this one, so we can hook it up. 21 meters, 4,000, absolutely great. And money goes down, but we have a Mercedes-Benz, and that's the most important thing. Little one, it's tiny, but cool, and it works for us. For this purpose, this will be dedicated, you know, than the stereo, not mono. Yeah, so this will be dedicated, you know, for spraying. Like so. We're just gonna get that guy there, and there is this one I want at some point. You know, getting more efficiency for our mowing. So, but it's really expensive. And that one, we got a sweet rig here, and then we can hook that one in there. And I think I'm gonna just buy now. No. I will get the I will get my pickup here, and we're gonna get jugs of fertilizer and go mix it up from the you know, from the water, condensed liquid fertilizer. Yeah, but that was the issue. Really annoying. What can I do? Nothing. But now that I've isolated the problem to that mod, I will use it. I will buy that livestock transporter new. So yeah, that is the thing. But anyway, you will see this guy in action in the outro, and also some field work, what we're gonna do here. And on next month which seems really far away in April, we will start that peating. But I think I will start the greenhouses probably before that.
Tässi erupts into motion. Every tractor in the valley seems to return to the fields at once, turning the countryside into a constant rhythm of engines and dust. For Peter, the new wider roller proves immediately worthwhile, cutting fieldwork time nearly in half. At the same time, a larger livestock trailer changes the scale of animal transport completely. More cattle arrive, more dairy cows join the farm. Growth is no longer a plan, it is happening. The search for a proper feed mixing solution becomes serious. Together with Kati Tam, Peter reviews different options, eventually locating a suitable used mixer machine in Germany. And across the valley, the Ilves brothers continue adapting. Inspired partly by Peter's expansion, they invest in a larger sprayer and a more suitable tractor for the enormous number of hectares awaiting treatment that spring. Tässi is changing rapidly, and no one intends to be left behind. Episode 23 is coming next week. Join us and subscribe to the channel.